bro.
I mean,
Bro,
probably not
9
wrong.
years old, dude. You should have been watching horror movies by 6, like me.
Well, I was watching before that, but like this is when I really started getting into it more and more.
It was weird. I got to watch horror movies. I remember a Creep Show at the drive-in. I'm aging myself here.
You suck. You got to see Creep Show
But
at
I
the
was a
drive-in?
baby. But I fucking I think I said it
You fucking
on the
piece of
podcast
shit.
when we on the
I
Romero.
probably
but-
called you the same thing.
Not that I saw it at the drive-in, but it was the first thing I can remember, like as a kid and seeing horror, was the cockroaches. And I got to see it at the drive-in, but I was just like a little baby. But I forgot exactly where I was going with this. Why did I start talking about this?
I have no idea.
You don't remember?
There's something about like the age that we were watching horror films.
Yeah.
Oh
Just
yeah,
kinda jumped into
because
it.
yeah, 9 years old. You're like, I was already like desensitized at 9. Really?
Yeah, so I was like I said, I was watching a lot of like the slashers and stuff that was big in the 80s. Like I hadn't watched The Exorcist at that point, obviously, and then when my mom introduced it to me, it got to the point where I was so terrified when she was in the hospital,
Yeah.
and just the scene in there just absolutely terrified me that I actually stopped the movie and walked out of the room, and I didn't get back to the film till like 2 or 3 years later because it just scared me that much. And
What a pussy.
hey, I was only 9 years old, and that's a pretty fucked up movie to watch when you're that age.
I don't know, man. I
So
think-
here's my thing about The Exorcist.
Oh
I
boy.
know.
I didn't
Didn't
really
make your list.
I didn't delve into it that deeply because I was waiting for someone to actually mention it.
I did.
High up on the list.
I did. We talked about it.
No, I meant like high up on the list.
Oh, okay.
And so I grew up in a really weird Catholic home, okay?
Yeah.
And they already didn't let me watch like horror movies and stuff, but I was like absolutely forbidden to watch The Exorcist
Why
because
you're a fan now?
it was
bro.
blasphemous and sacrilegious, and it's the worst movie ever, and it mocks our faith, and it's just horrible, and it'll fuck your head up. And so I didn't watch it until I was, I don't know, 14 or 15.
Oh wow.
And then when I finally saw it, I was so disappointed. Like, what the? This is fine, but I thought it was just gonna be like I thought it was gonna be the craziest, most horrifying thing ever, and it's still, it's just a movie.
So that's why it's not on your list, is because you have like a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth of being let down.
I like it. I like it just fine. I'd probably give it like,
How many times have you watched it?
I don't know,
10?
half a dozen.
Oh, 6?
Yeah.
That should be enough to realize that it wasn't just a letdown.
No, and I like it. I would probably give it like an 8. I'd probably give it like an 8.
Oh wow, really?
It's still, that's, I don't know, man.
That seems really low for that, even
an
coming
8.
from you.
It doesn't even have to make your list.
This is coming from a guy that gives like some of these movies that you and I like can't stand, like 7.5s and 8s, and he puts the
But what's the
Exorcist in
fucking
there.
really the shitty art house one that I had to
Oh,
do
Subconscious Cruelty.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
God. That's
I love your
that's
rules.
exactly what you did to me on the podcast. Subconsciously.
Fantastic
The worst.
film.
No, no,
Is that the last time you watched it? Don't tell me you watched it on the reg.
What?
on the regular.
Oh, I was like on the rag. I don't menstruate. What are you talking about? I'd probably watch it every couple of years or so.
Okay, so you haven't watched it since.
No, I haven't watched it since then.
I guarantee you, the next time you see it, you're gonna hate it.
No,
'Cause-
I'm not going
Yeah, dude, because I just told you it sucks.
Jesus Christ.
You're like, oh, he is right, because you had no one to tell you it sucked before, and now I guarantee you're gonna hate it.
I guess one of the big
Sucks.
reasons I don't watch it more often is because I have like a Region 2 DVD of it, and I have to pull out my Region 2 player and hook it up.
Oh,
and-
that was a bitch, dude. When DVDs first started, the region, I learned like the hard way. I'd buy one, just thinking, okay, maybe it's just like fucking mine will play it without even looking.
They're just fucking with me.
And of course,
This'll
they're-
work.
Of course, they're like ones you can't get in America, so they're kind of expensive.
Right.
In the fucking word when like the exchange rate was pretty fucking high if you want to get anything shipping and anything overseas. And so yeah, I would fucking. I got a Region 2 and it didn't work, and I just wasted a bunch of money. So like there's like so many sought out movies back then, like you couldn't get, but only on different regions.
Yeah, it's really kind of come to the point now where almost everything that
You can get it.
Yeah, almost anything that's available in Region 2 through 4 you can get. over
Yeah, I
here.
mean even the upgrades and the hard like the players, like those
Mm-hmm.
are coming region free too. Are you done with your Exorcist, or did you give it an 8 also?
Oh no, that is
It's like
a solid
fucking
10.
retarded.
I watch it at least once a year, like probably for the last 10 years.
8.75.
Your mother sews socks in hell.
So sucks it out.
Yeah, that's what they say in the TV edit.
Oh God.
That would suck.
That was
it's-
sew socks in hell.
Just
Oh my
you
God,
know?
it's so hot in here.
Just sew it and sew it. I would rather suck cocks. Well, no, hold on, dude, hold on. No, like the original line. But hold on, let me think.
You would rather suck
sucking
cock.
cocks for eternity or sewing socks. What if I end up
Sewing socks.
What if I've
simple.
done, okay? What if I've done it for like 10,000 years and I was like, you know what? Like I'm kind of enjoying.
I'm
this
kind of wanting
now.
a dick in my mouth.
I'm kind of gay now after 10,000 years of doing it.
After 10,000 years,
After-
I would think you would be, probably.
After 10,000 years of sewing, though, like I would hate fucking cloth and whatever. I disdain every.
Oh my.
Do we get piss breaks? I don't know. Whatever. But
So
sucking cocks.
we're on to number 2 now.
Yeah, let's go on to number 2. This has
right.
brought us into weird territories.
What?
My number 2 is John Carpenter's 1982 masterpiece, The Thing.
You piece of shit.
Yep. You
Foreshadowing. Ruined the podcast.
Sorry, foreskin.
Yeah, ruin the rest of the. Might as well just stop the list now.
We all can't have the same number 1.
Sure, we can.
I don't think that's why you did this, but you.
No.
In the process, you got to be a cocksucker at the same time for eternity in hell.
Instead of sewing socks.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, well. Yeah, I mean,
Callback.
the best example of extreme paranoia and claustrophobia ever caught on film, for sure.
Absolutely.
Ennio Morricone's score is very fitting. It's it's it on one hand you want to be bummed out that Carpenter didn't score it, but on the
Yeah.
other hand Morricone's score is perfect and fantastic,
And it feels like a Carpenter score.
yeah, it's really pulsy and synthy, and yeah, it's not in like a weird meter, so it's not like it doesn't totally feel Carpentery, but the effects are the very best effects ever in any film ever.
Yes, indeed.
Best creature effects, best gore. The casting is pretty fantastic from top to bottom.
You got Mr. Quaker Oats in that movie.
Wilfred Brimley.
He's got the beat.
I want to come inside now. I'm okay now. Now I'll kill you.
Yep. That's what I was thinking when I said his name.
Yeah, I just adore him in that film. His little temper tantrum in the fucking radio room is fantastic.
Yeah.
The only character that's kind of a little cartoonish and like just a little too over the top is Windows or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The radio
yeah.
operator.
I like that though.
Well, just every time somebody walks in the room, like, man, I'm trying to.
I like that.
It's fine, but his delivery isn't as perfect as everyone else's, because legitimately everybody else in this film that delivers a line delivers it like perfectly and believably, and it's not like, haha, this is a funny horror movie or whatever. The effects, man, not even just the gore effects and the creature effects, but like the cool matting and use of like paintings and stuff.
This is one of those movies.
This
that
is
I would-
what Randy's pissing me off because I was gonna say all that shit.
But this is one of those movies that I wish got like that 3-hour-long documentary style treatment, like Unearthed and Untold, like the Pet Cemetery one. Or
I wish this movie were
That would be
3 hours
awesome.
long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'Cause I would just love to see a more thorough making of this film.
Every scene in the film is like just fantastic and awesome. There's no moment where you're like looking at your watch or getting bored or whatever. It moves perfectly, even though it's slow and methodical and reveals itself pretty slowly. It has like a ton of clones. Like the amount of Thing ripoffs that came out afterward is pretty bonkers.
Even the way they did effects was fucking
Yeah,
ripped from that too.
absolutely. The beginning is maybe one of the most ripped off scenes in.
The helicopter chase thing.
No, the very beginning, like
Okay.
the prologue where the ship crashes onto Earth. Like there are so many films in the '80s that totally use that beginning. Predator and Night of the Creeps
Yep.
and like Critters, I think maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Critters definitely did.
Yeah.
I could probably go on all night, but I want to leave some stuff for you guys. So that's my number 2. Your number 2.
Yeah, I forget what your number 2 is.
My number 2 is Rosemary's Baby.
Oh yeah, they said that.
Yeah, I remember your fucking top 3. Which Phantomus's best song is that? And she does it only does it one time with her voice in the beginning. She sings that.
Who do?
Mia
Farrow? Oh, she sings the intro?
Yeah,
okay.
she does that, yeah.
I didn't know that was her.
Yeah, she's got a pretty voice.
Well, I just did it as good as she did. So.
Randy's got
well,
a
Mike
pretty voice.
Patton did it better than you, too.
Yeah, well, I do a pretty decent Mike Patton impression.
All right, do it now. Yeah, he has been known to do that, but that's not all he
only
is.
on like every Tomahawk album.
Yeah, oh, well, they're named Tomahawk.
Or I meant Phantomas album.
Yeah. Well, when he did the shit with John Zorn, I don't want to get off topic.
No,
that's all he did.
Are we recording right now?
Yes.
Oh.
when he did all his shit with Mike Patton.
I love most Patton stuff.
Mike Patton from Faith No More, if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if
He's
you don't,
fucking great.
then you obviously don't like music if you don't know who Mike Patton is.
But he teamed up with John Zorn, that trumpet player, and that's
From Naked
all
City?
he fucking does, is just screaming.
Well, that's all he does in
Phantomas.
Phantomas, except for director's cut,
Well, yeah.
where he does some singing.
Don't play with my cat's butthole. Don't. I saw where your finger went.
Jesus Christ.
Pet her
Dude.
tail.
PETA.
Holy Christ.
Also,
I think you're
fuck-
just projecting over there.
It's my cat. I would have fucked her by now. I'd have never
Whoa.
fucked my
I
cat.
don't believe you.
How many years? She's 4 years old. She'd have been fucked.
I
By fuck cats. I'm
I'm
not
sure
waiting.
she has many times.
I'm not waiting until she's mature age to fuck
Holy
my
shit.
cat.
I
I
mean,
don't
those
fuck cats.
You want to talk about Rosemary's Baby?
Lala? Yeah.
Wow.
And I was saying it was like perfectly casted because John Cassavetes, whatever, I don't know. Guy Woodhouse is how you should know him, and that's it. But every time he came on screen, when you knew what was going on, like, you just wanted to fucking punch him. Like, I
Yeah.
hated that guy. Like, but he was so good at it.
I want to be a good actor, so I'm going to fucking sell my wife's womb to the devil.
Like, the last time I watched it, I swear to God, I audibly said, this piece of fucking shit. I fucking hated him. Like, she's fucking so gorgeous in the movie. I mean, she chops her hair off and looks a little bit gaunt, but she's, like, sick or whatever. But she's so fucking adorable in this movie.
Notable for the fact that Frank Sinatra divorced Mia Farrow via telegram because she wouldn't quit in the middle of shooting to come be in some stupid fucking failure of a film that he was doing in Vegas or some shit.
Yeah, and then she had to act through that afterwards. That was while she was on
It probably enhanced her performance.
Oh, yeah.
Especially those ending scenes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen this movie since like the
So no
early
spoilers?
90s. Well, no, I've seen it. I just haven't seen it in like such a long time.
One of the
I can barely
coolest,
remember it.
one of the coolest lines in horror history, though, he has his father's eyes.
Yeah. I mean, there's right off the beginning the fucking crane shots, like in the city during the credits and shit.
I really hate myself for putting it as low as I did.
It was like 40 something.
It was.
It's such a fucking cool thing to see, like, witchcraft portrayed in a movie back then and what their take on it was. Till like
It really kickstarted the whole Satanic 70s thing.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like we've seen satanic and witchcraft and all this shit now like 100 times over or whatever. But back then, like, it's kind of interesting to see like the infancy of people creating movies like this. And
It's what is it? 68.
68, yeah.
I'm trying to think of an example of like. I mean, I can't remember if is it Night of the Demon, Curse of the Demon, the British film.
Oh yeah.
And then there's like Burn Witch Burn, and maybe City of the Dead might predate Rosemary's Baby as far as like the whole Satan thing. But I don't think there was much to use like witchcraft and Satan in a film before that.
Yeah, and plus it wasn't like a pregnancy as far as I...
Yeah. And that plot device has been trumped.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't even
been used
fucking
so many
know how
times.
many times. Like House of the Devil is the most recent one that I can think of.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing film. It's not my favorite Polanski, but it's my second favorite Polanski.
And her sister Tia Farrow is in Zombie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in quite a few Italian horror movies.
That's
I think.
right.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, Tia Farrow. Farrow.
Yeah, she's the lead in.
From what I read, I've never read the novel or whatever, but this is so close to it because Polanski didn't know, like, an adaptation. He didn't know he had like free range with the